Okay, don't laugh. I'm putting my sunglasses on because they're bifocals, okay?
Turn around,
Forgive
Mom.
me.
Go up there.
All right, thank you all for coming today. Appreciate it. Glad you all to be here. Everybody got an email today. I know you all don't check your emails much, so I'm going to read it to you so you know what it said, and then you don't have to check it later. We have, as everybody knows, Tim gave notice. He was very generous to work to stay for 5 weeks with us to help us get things organized and get somebody trained and whatnot. He is on vacation this week, that's why he's not here. We understand why he's moving on totally. It's a great opportunity for him, and we're very happy for him.
Who is?
Tim Comstock. So I'm going to introduce you today to Chris Lewis. Where did Chris Lewis go?
Here you go.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you again.
He was. I just texted him.
Chris first.
Okay, well, and you all know Chris Thomas that you all work with.
Yes.
I know. Well, we call him Chris T, and the other one at the office we call him Lewis by his last name.
Chris T.
Chris T.
How
Oh, Christy. Anyways, I'd like to announce that Chris Thomas, he's assuming a new role of logistics and driver manager. Chris will maintain his role, responsibilities that he's had before, the dispatching the fleet, while assuming added responsibilities that will include driver report and development. Chris has been a wonderful part of our transportation team, and we're excited for him to assume these new responsibilities. I would be better just talking this. Sorry.
Well, you can.
So, everybody congratulate Chris Thomas. Now, our new addition is Chris Lewis. Which one? Huh? What? Oh, Chris 2.0. Okay. Yep.
Just call me Lewis. It's easier.
He's going to be, he joined our team on Monday or Tuesday this week. Tuesday, yep. Chris takes on the role as logistics and commercial development manager. Chris comes to us with many years of transportation experience, including operations, quality and safety compliance, new transportation, customer development, driver and dispatching, and freight brokerage. Chris is a self-proclaimed supply chain geek and enjoys working on engines, boats, and house painting when he isn't studying the transportation industry. So everybody welcome Chris 2.0. I don't really have anything else to say today, just that, we appreciate everybody. Everybody's doing a great job. We have had a lot of traction at the Myrtle Beach property this year. If you have not gotten to go and you've gotten in a year of employment, let me know and we can get you fixed up. The condo is available, I think, until November this year. They're doing a renovation, which they were supposed to do last year, which I spoke about last year, but they didn't do it. So it was the condo association. So now they're going to be doing it this winter. So anybody that hasn't taken advantage, be thinking about it, be thinking about it for next year. I think it will be a good time for you. Okay? Anybody got any questions for me? Okay.
I do.
What?
How are we doing financially? I know
Financially?
freight on our end is really bad.
You've been slow, and that's okay. Shelby's going to talk about that. About the new opportunities for Eagle.
Oh, okay.
We have some new news, and it's going to help all the different things with Eagle.
Okay. Hi, guys. First and foremost, thank you for your safety and service. I wanted to catch you up to speed on what has been going on the Eagle side. As a lot of you have seen, the warehouse has been slow. We have a couple of things in the work. I think we have about 150 coils coming in over the next couple months, and Todd Shannon is working on a few other things, so we definitely are seeing inventory is about to be on the rise soon. In the annex building, some of you all might know, you might have seen some action over there, but we had the opportunity to acquire a company that, or the assets of a company that fabricates waste management products. So your standard dumpsters, roll-offs, stuff like that. And we are operating that under the name Eagle Industrial Solutions. We are officially, I think, going to start production on Monday or Tuesday when we have our first loads of steel come in. The welders over there are named Bo and Shane, so if you see them, go introduce yourself to them. They're super nice, but we think it's going to be really good for business. And we already have, I think, about 30 dumpsters on the books to get started on, so we are excited about that, and we see everything looking up, and we think it's going to be good.
We delivered some of those when it was Fall City.
Do
You
what?
did?
We delivered some of those when it was Fall City, and
Yeah,
we were in
yeah,
that
so-
parking lot.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
think it's going to be a good opportunity.
They were really nice
We
people.
want to deliver the dumpsters when it-
Yeah, and the owner will be involved in day-to-day business, and it's the same welders that they had over there. Everyone's super nice, so welcome them to the Eagle family if you see them over in the end.
I think Anthony's got a question, Shelby. Anthony, what's your question?
I said, was we gonna haul that or Peregrine was gonna do it?
I believe Eagle's gonna be hauling it. And
We'll probably,
if-
Well,
yeah,
and-
it
and
will
if
depend
you
on
all-
where it goes. We'll
Yeah.
probably do a mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of it's gonna go out where we can't go and
Yeah.
they can.
Or you don't
Have
wanna
it
go.
going all over the United States. so.
Peregrine, just jump in, Peregrine hauled the first 2 loads of raw steel, because it came out of Chicago. So it's a little too far for you guys to go and get it. But if they find suppliers that are closer, it'll be spraying, but Portage, Indiana's got the best price of steel right now, so we, all 2 loads of sweeter there.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other announcements? No? Well, poor old Katrina's got a lot to say, unfortunately. I'm gonna turn this around, so I don't have to look at myself. Laura's got me? Anyway, I've got some good news I wanna share with you all. I know you all probably think I'm a broken record and beating you up for not doing simple things that you should be doing, but, I wanna do a shout out to David Coleman. We got an email from a customer. Faulkner?
I've
You
been
remember
there
that?
before,
You've been there before?
they right by me.
Well, let's hope you get an email soon. It says that this person doesn't send out emails very often, but they wanted to send one out about David Coleman, that you came in professional, had his PPE, and basically did everything they wish that other drivers would do. And they wanted to thank you for coming in and being professional, putting a good face for Eagle, and going in there and doing it their way. Because when we go to customers,
What's that cost?
we do have to go. We do have to do it by their rules and their OSHA and their standards and stuff. So, you know, when a customer sees one of our drivers, whether it's Peregrine or Eagle, going in there and they go by all their rules, they love it, because they don't see that very often, whether it's us or another carrier. You know, other carriers go in there, they're tired just like you all are, and they're just trying to get their job done and get on through the day. So, thank you, David, for being a professional truck driver. So, and I have some certificates of appreciation here, and I have a feeling none of these drivers are here, but I'm going to do this anyway. I kind of went through the records just to see, play around with mileage, idle, miles per gallon, stuff like that. So these are our Peregrine over-the-road drivers, and I kind of want to go through it. Robert Chafin has 77,910.85 miles already for the year. That's a lot of miles, I think. You know, especially when Robert Chafin, he's one of our over-the-road drivers.
Yeah.
Especially when everybody says, "Oh, freight is slow. We're not blah blah blah." Why 77,000 miles? I think it's a lot of miles. You know, I think kudos to him. His miles per gallon is 7.30, and his idle percentage is only 5.31. I don't know what he does, but he does it right as far as that idle goes.
Tires go down the road on their own.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. But Robert, I know you're not here, but we've got your certificate for you when you are here. When
He is the cruise control king.
he is. He used his cruise
Uses it
control.
for everything.
Yep. And then we have another one here, Darius. Darius has, you know, he's doing a good job too. He's got 72,281 miles already. So he's running. I rarely hear anything out of Darius. You know, unless I have to call him, and then it's like, oh, what'd I do? Nothing, I just wanna say, you know, we're gonna do this, this, and this. So, Darius, you've got a certificate coming your way as well. Good job. Stan Hoffman. That man will do anything you ask him to do. He's hauled stuff that I wouldn't have hauled. I would've said, no, it stinks, I'm not doing it. You know, when a driver calls you and says, I have a pack of wolves chasing me because of what he's hauling, it was gross. He hauled fresh hides, and it was gross. I don't know how he got it secured, but parked the vehicle, the next morning it was a big old greasy spot around there, so just drive off, just go, run, Forrest, run. And then he had to go get the truck wash done. But he's got 72,281, his miles per gallon is 7.07, his idle percentage is 9.28. So, you know, Stan's doing some things right as well. So I just kind of want to point these things out. So, Stan, we've got your certificate as well. One more is for Luis Soto. Luis, I don't know how he does it. Shuts the door and he's gone. Get out of his way. He's like the old drivers that I used to have at AD Transport or Pegasus. When you hit dispatch, they were gone. Get out of the way. They're going to run over you. Luis is the same way. He doesn't stop. He takes his breaks and everything, but he doesn't mess around. He gets his job done so he can get back home. He's his idle percentage is 10.66, and his miles per gallon is probably the highest in the fleet at 7.37. That's a lot for a semi. You're hauling a lot of weight behind you, and you got to do everything just right to get that miles per gallon up there. You know, you gunning it, getting it to the gas pedal, and you know, sharp brakes and everything. That just kills your miles per gallon. So I just want to recognize these guys, these over the road guys, for doing a good job. So I'm going to talk about distracted driving. You all have some material you're going to take home with you. Make sure you read it, you go through it, because you're getting a test. And it's not necessarily the highlighted stuff that's on the test. So you're going to have to hunt for your answers. So you're going to have to read it. Unless you're just a genius, which I hope all of you are a genius and get the answers. If you don't do very well, don't worry about it. It's so that I can figure out where you're at and where you need some coaching, okay? So let's do that. Distracted driving. I preach this every meeting. You all see every day how drivers around you are. They're on their phones. They're messing with their makeup. I was going down the road the other day and this guy's got his newspaper up here and he's reading a newspaper and driving. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, you know, I broke the law and I speeded up to get away from him, because if you're going to crash and burn, I don't want to see it and I don't want to be behind it, so I'm just going to leave. So make sure you all are paying attention. Stay focused. Don't get in the zone where you're like, I haven't seen that truck stop. Have I passed it already? Well, you're not paying attention. That's time you need to shake it up, get out of the truck and take a breather. You local guys even, you're going down to Tennessee. You know, make sure you're staying focused. Make sure you're watching the crazy little cars around you. The little ants, I call them. They're busy. They're busy doing wrong stuff. So watch that. There's information in there, what you should and shouldn't do, and part of distracted driving is on your test. Okay? Water. I can't tell you, I talk about this every meeting too. I can't stress how important it is for you guys to have water in your truck and to drink water. Every day you need to be drinking. You're in the cab of a truck and you're in there in air conditioning and you think, oh, I'm fine, until we get a phone call and somebody's not feeling well. This person hadn't drank anything all day long. They had to go to the ER and they were dehydrated because they hadn't drank anything. So it's very important to have your water, to be drinking it, and have extra water in case you need it for. Kevin, what did you need extra water for one time?
Go down on the side of the road,
With what?
that stuff.
The radiator. You need just a little bit of water to get you there. All he had was a 16-ounce bottle of water for his dog Ace. Ace had water, but Kevin didn't have water, the truck didn't have water.
That's the most important.
But Ace was good.
Priorities.
That's the important stuff.
Priorities, right? Ace was good. So now Kevin carries water. I sometimes call and say, you got water? Yeah, I got water. What do you need? Just checking on you. So make sure you've got water in the truck, guys. Seriously, it is important. The Blitz is around the corner. Aren't you all excited? Oh my goodness.
What's going on?
I hate it.
What's last time was
I have one separate one, that's
Every
it.
bridge is going, this is happening now.
August 25th through the 30th is brake week. They're gonna be focusing on your brakes. If you're not sure if your slack adjusters are correct, get your brakes looked at, get them checked at. You know, you can slide through Ziegler, you can slide through interstate utility trailers. They're doing a good job getting us in and out, unless you've got really major damage. Poor Cooley, it's not your fault. That's your world. But so make sure you get your brakes looked at, okay? Don't mess around with that. I don't want any out of services. You know, Amy will tell you she's been inspected. How many times have you been inspected, Amy? A couple. And she calls me, she says, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. And she does perfect every time. Because she takes care of her business. She does her pre-trips, her post-trips. She pays attention to her equipment. So make sure you guys are paying attention to your equipment as well. You know, it's your livelihood. It's what gets you home and not in the graveyard. So please, please pay attention to that. I've been going through and looking through the cameras of the truck, and you won't believe some of the things I see. Oh my goodness. I have one truck I'm like trying to see because his camera's hanging. It's just hanging. You know, try to put it up there, it fell off. Next thing you know, puts it up there again, falls off again. So Katrina here yesterday, well actually Elena went shopping. They got goof off, razor blade scraper, some towels, so we could get that surface all nice and clean and get his camera back up there. And guess what? It's still on there this afternoon. We're so excited because he was making me drunk looking through that camera. Some of you all, I don't know when you washed the windshield last. I can tell you how many bugs you got on your windshield, where they're located at, and that you can't see through them. That's not acceptable. It's a safety hazard. I don't drive my car if I can't see it. I don't want to hear nothing. No, not today. Not today. So, you know, clean your windshields. Can't get to it, go through Ryder or Penske and say, hey, can you hit my windshield over there? I'm a little short. They'll get to it. And I know you hit bugs every day. I know you hit bugs every day. And you can clean it, drive a half mile, you got bugs on there again. But please try to get them off there. I don't know, once a week would be great. Honestly. Now, you tell them you're busy. Busy. So make sure you take care of your windshields, guys. Seriously. Truck credentials. Does anybody know what they're supposed to have in their truck? Anybody know? Paperwork. No, your paperwork. What kind of credentials are you supposed to have? Bingo.
Your license to carry.
Does anybody know if their trucks have a current cab card in there? What was you do? Yep. You all should be looking at that. Everybody should be checking their cab cards to make sure they're current. They expire different times of the year. May, August, September, October. It just depends on Penske or Ryder when they registered it the first time around. Then they try to get them on like March. But at first they may be kind of wonky in a different month altogether than you would expect. So make sure you're checking those credentials in your truck. Make sure you have everything you're supposed to be getting. We're going through this, guys. How you feel about that? Pretty good, huh? Yeah. ELD, change of duty, your status. I cannot tell you how many phone calls I get 11 o'clock, midnight, 1 a.m. when you guys start rolling out. Can you fix my logs? I changed my duty status, but Penske drove my truck and now I'm in violation. It's because you did not log out completely. All the way back to the home screen. All the way back to the home screen. That way when they drive it, there's unassigned driving, and I can put it on the shop. Happens all the time. Everybody thinks, oh, if I just ooch up there 5 miles an hour, it'll be okay. That's not true either. It depends on the truck. You're plugged directly into the brain. If the brain says, oh, my wheels are turning, it sends a signal, and the next thing you know, you're in drive mode, and that's not what you intended. So make sure you're paying attention to your duty status. Make sure you've got it in the right selection what you're doing. If you're yard moving, if you're actually driving, make sure you tell it. You need to tell it. It's a box, for God's sakes. It's not human. It can't think what you all are thinking. So make sure you do that. Getting pulled over. Lately, we've had some people pulled over. They don't call me. They don't tell me. Next thing I know, I have one of these sitting on my desk. One of these. And I blanked out the name. Oh, I got inspected. Here it is. It gets sent to me, and I said, you realize there's a violation on there, right? They had to turn the sirens and the lights on to get this driver's attention to get them pulled over. Because they weren't even looking in rearview mirrors either. We're just straight ahead. Anytime you get pulled over, you may not get a violation. You may be doing everything right. I still need to know you got pulled over.
Do you, even though we don't get no ticket?
Yes. Everything. Every time you get pulled over, I need one of these. Because you know what's going to happen? They're going to put something on here that you all don't realize. Something that is completely wrong they're accusing you of. Katrina doesn't see it, and I can't fight it to take it off your record or our record. There's some things that, I can send over to Doug Pope and say, make this go away, and he'll make it go away. Cooley, you're a prime example. He is. But it wasn't his fault. He was sitting at the red light, minding his own business. When a car in front of you crashed, you were a tow away and you were involved. You were sitting there minding your own business. They put it on you and the company. I'm very serious. So, Mr. Officer's in a bad mood because he's this tall. And he was probably. They always blame the big truck, and it's not necessarily the case.
I thought you were going to tell me I got pulled over on 265 for speeding, tailgating, and DOT number.
Well, no, that was your fault.
They said I was going faster than I possibly could.
But it sounds like something you would do.
Oh, I definitely would if my truck was going.
But that accident that happened in front of you, you were blamed for. Don't know. It was the officer. So that just goes to show that they're not always right. I need to see these things so I can go over them and look at them and fight what I can fight, So, I'm here to save your all's records as well. You leave us, all this stuff is going to be on your records. If you don't bother to tell me, then you know what? I hate to say it, but you deserve it. If they were wrong, I can't help you because you didn't tell me. So make sure that anytime you get pulled over by little Mr. Badge Man, make sure you send me these so I can see them, so I can work on them if I need to. There's a lot of things that, at first, Melinda just had an accident in Kansas City. We're very thankful this woman is sitting here. Very thankful. She did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. But it was a semi hit a pickup truck. The first thing we do is send the videos to the police officer.
And that changed his entire attitude.
Absolutely.
The minute I said dash cam, he was done with me.
Yep. So they don't investigate accidents like you think they would. There was 2 other vehicles involved that weren't even stopped. One, the hood was up, had a blowout, and they're still driving down the highway to get away from the accident that they caused. So it's very important that you get pulled over, you have an accident, call us immediately so we can go into action, pull the video, send it to the police officer and say, whoa, wait a minute. That truck shot across a lane, 2 lanes, and from Melinda, she had to slam on her brakes to keep from actually running over them and killing them. We lost our load. Our truck is messed up.
I had nowhere to go.
She had nowhere to go. She had a concrete wall on one side, nowhere to go. She stayed in her lane. She did everything right. And as soon as she said dash cam and sent her the video and the police officer looked at it, he blamed the other 3 people that caused the accident and not Melinda. So these dash cams really do help you all. And it does change the police officer's attitude completely. She had a grain driver hauling grain, that sat with her and blocked her to keep her from getting hit. For 2 hours. Got out and said, how long have you been driving? And what'd he say?
You're gonna make me do this. He had been standing out there for 2 hours in a safety vest, keeping people, because nobody stopped. Nobody moved over, nobody nothing. I had cars that were 2 inches from me. He got out and he held traffic, and I walked up and said thank you, because that man saved my life. Because I couldn't even get out of my truck. And he looked at me and I told him thank you. I said, it's bad, I got saved by a grain hauler. And he laughed, he goes, whoa, whoa, I drove a flatbed for 20 years. And he goes, let me tell you this, honey, I'm damn impressed with you, because you never left your lane. He goes, you can tell by your tire marks exactly what you did, you pushed that pickup truck away from the wall. He goes, don't let anyone tell you this is your fault. He's like, you did a good job. And this one keeps reminding me that I have to remember that.
Yeah. She did everything right. She has beat herself up over and over again, and I keep telling her, stop it. Stop it. Luckily, her truck's messed up, but that's okay. That's what we got insurance for. We'll get another one. It's no big deal. She's safe. She got a few little bruises.
My
Got
dog's
her,
okay.
got her checked out. Her dog. We don't know why Abby got in her kennel that trip. She got in her kennel and shut the door and said, peace out, Mom. This is where I'm hanging out at. I don't know where Abby would have been. She's this tiny little Cocker Spaniel. Normally she sits up there and she watches people go by. That day she got in the kennel for whatever reason. But when you have somebody who's been driving for 20 years tell you you did a good job, you need to remember that. Because I know some of you all been, Rick, you all been driving, Paul, you're older, been driving for 100 years. So,
That was taking the stones to the pyramid.
yes, how do you get those stones up on the top of that pyramid, Paul?
Pretty rough.
I love you, Paul.
We're gonna get you a F-150 sticker and stick it on the side of your new truck, like a little fighter pilot.
No. No.
So, make sure you're
Number back, though.
make sure you're paying attention to the cars around you. Melinda saw this accident was gonna happen before it did. She saw it was gonna happen, and she already started applying her brakes. She wasn't expecting it to shoot over 2 lanes in front of her where she's gonna hit it. She tore the tailgate off that pickup truck. I don't know why. It went flying. They just threw it up in the bed of the truck, but that guy was okay.
Yeah.
He was okay. So, pay attention. In a split second, your safety will come back to you.
I don't know.
In a split second.
It was 4 seconds of the video that I was actually aware of the accident.
Right.
4 seconds.
Yeah. So,
I had a dream last night somebody ran me off the road. I woke up and said, thank God.
thank God they ran me off the road.
Thank God it was a dream.
Oh,
Yeah, real.
yeah, people are crazy out there. So, if you're getting pulled over, let me know it. If you're in an accident, an incident, I don't care if you bump a post, please tell me, which is going to lead me into something else. There's a lot of damage going on. A lot of damage. And nobody's reporting it. Nobody's calling me or Chris and saying, hey, I hit the fence and I messed up the Conestoga. It's not real bad, but I messed it up. Okay. That tells us we need to go into action and get something fixed. You all not reporting it and parking it, and the next person getting it saying, I can't use this trailer, it's all jacked up. That driver's under a hot load. We don't have another trailer close by. That trailer's been sitting there for 2 weeks. It could have been sent out, fixed, and brought back already. But we don't know it because nobody's telling us anything's broke. I'm going to say this, and you all might not like it, but I'm going to say it. Poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. You've got to do your part and report these damages. I put out more fires than a local fireman around here. I'm constantly jumping through hoops to make sure that this company has the right equipment readily available and fixed when they need it. And when I find out 4 trailers have been parked and nothing's been fixed, and now I'm in dire straits because I don't have another trailer, we don't have 100 extra trailers laying around, guys. We don't. We're not that big, ginormous company that has all those trailers sitting around. We gotta fix them. We gotta fix them. You gotta tell me, hey, I did my pre-trip and, you know, 2 of the tires on the back end are getting kind of shabby. Okay, well, I'll see if I can't find some time in day shift or night shift to take it over and get it fixed. Or maybe I can get somebody over to fix it on the lot. I have to know. I have to know that it needs to be addressed. Had one that dented the fuel tanks of the truck. We got yellow markings all over it. Took the truck over to Ryder to make sure it was still usable. This person didn't even know they hit a post. Happened 3 days prior to, we pointed out, they still didn't know. I didn't know how that happened. I don't know how you didn't, because it bit the steps and fuel tank. I'm pretty sure you would have felt a tug. Pretty sure you would have felt a tug. You know? Also, you didn't know it when you do a pre-trip or a post-trip blast, because apparently you haven't done one in the last 3 days. Because you ain't even walked around and looked at your equipment. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. So, be looking at your equipment. Let's get things fixed, please. So that I'm not putting out fires and I can focus on things that will help you all more. There's so many things I want to do for you guys and I can't because I'm just putting out fires. So let's get stuff fixed, you know? If it's a light, let's get it fixed. Don't forget to read this material. I'm going on vacation next week. I'm going to Myrtle Beach. Like Laura said, I'm going to put my toes in the sand and more than likely have a margarita in my hand. So if y'all call me, I'm not going to be responsible. I may tell you to turn that trailer upside down and drag it on the hood. I don't know. So I'm going on vacation. I need a vacation. So I'm out next week. You can contact Chris. Chris is going to contact Lewis over here. They're going to work as a team and they're going to get you guys taken care of, okay? I'll be back the following Monday after that for 1 day. Then Tuesday, I have surgery, so I'll probably be out Tuesday, Wednesday. I hope to be working Thursday and Friday, but I may not be able to talk, and I know that disappoints you all. But I may not be able to talk, but I can text and email, so keep that in mind, okay? Even if I'm working from home or whatever, you know, I plan on being available those 2 days after surgery. So, yes, sir.
Do we get, Lewis's number, phone number?
Chris Lewis?
Yes.
Well, right now he's in training,
Oh, okay.
so you will. But right now, Chris Thomas is gonna be taking care of you.
Yeah.
If you can't get him, you can call me. Both Chris and Chris report to me.
Okay.
So, that's just gonna how we're gonna handle it until Mr. Lewis over here gets used to our equipment, our drivers, and, our lanes, okay?
Okay.
So, that's the plan.
That's the plan. So, I do want to thank you all for your hard work. It's not an easy job. It's been extremely hot lately. I know it's draining you all, and by the time you get done at the end of your shift, you're just spent, you know, from the heat and everything. So, don't forget to take time for yourself and to reset yourself and to get some rest. You know, especially at the end of the day, make sure you're getting your rest before your next shift so that you can start all over again. Don't forget to drink water. It's very important for everybody to drink water. Okay? I was going to have Ryder here today, and I changed my mind because we had all of this that we needed to go over. And I feel like we need to touch on these things. I'll bring Ryder in at a different time. They may be in our October meeting. We're having an October meeting, guys, so mark it on your calendar. Another safety meeting, October 11th, I believe is what it is.
So wear your Halloween costume.
That's right, Halloween costume. That would be fun, Shelby. Yeah, we could do an early Halloween costume. Huh? Whoa. hand out candy, we can do that. Try to make it fun.
Reese, come.
Reese, you like Reese cup? Amy wants Reese cup standing out at the next meeting. All right, we got it. We got it. Do you guys have any questions for us? Anything?
Is there only once a year you can sign up for the 401k?
No, you can sign up for it now. Well, wait a minute, new employees can. We're doing open enrollment in October,
Okay,
so you'll be getting your information then.
okay.
If you wanna get in it, just call me. But I'm on vacation, she comes back, and I'm on vacation for 2 weeks,
Okay.
just an FYI.
So as an action, I mean, you all sent me stuff before on it, and it wasn't a 401k, it was an
It's not.
IRA.
It's an IRA.
There's a difference, so,
Yes, there is a difference.
so what is it you all have?
It's an IRA.
Yes, a simple IRA,
Okay.
and we do a 3% match.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know, because you all keep calling it a 401k, but then I wasn't getting
We
401k
haven't,
information.
We haven't, but other people.
Yeah, can you change your elections and your, how you want your money distributed or whatever? I think you can.
You can.
Yeah.
But not through us.
You have to go
Once you
through-
establish your account, then you can work with the
broker.
broker,
Yeah,
and he'll help you.
so. All right, guys. That's a pretty fast meeting. Pretty fast meeting. You're welcome, Shelley.
Thank you, have a good vacation.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.